G'day everyone. I just thought I'd do a bit of a workshop update. It's been a while since I've posted to YouTube, so there's been a few things going on, and yeah, I've just finished on the CNC running some of these little keyring pry bars. That's going to be the next thing that's being released really soon. I've done quite a number of them. The largest batch of products or parts that I've ever kind of made available ready for going out. But that's kind of, where things are at now. Since the start of the year, I've been prototyping those and running them, just perfecting my finishes in the titanium and things like that. I've made some upgrades to the CNC, changed the coolant that I'm running, switched to the Hankstofers coolant, and that's going really well now. And I've also installed next gen coolant coalescer to separate the whey oil out from the coolant. So that means that, only running the CNC on the weekend, I've really been able to kind of maintain the coolant now, and I'm not having to do as much between running of the machines. So the other thing is that this little pry bar has let me kind of make it's reached a point where I can run a batch of them each weekend and make sure that the machine is ticking over. The program there runs for a little bit over 2 hours to make a batch of them on my pallet there. Yeah, that means that I can just each weekend fire up the CNC, have it run while I'm doing some other things around the workshop. So that's been really great. I guess the next thing that I'm heading towards, and I'm just about to set the CNC up to do now, is some experiments for getting knives going on there. It's been kind of a long time coming, and that's what I bought the CNC originally for. And there's been a few reasons why I haven't kind of got knives going on there yet. Part of it's from the design side of things, coming up with a knife that I'd really like to carry myself, basically. I've had a few friction folders that I designed because I thought maybe, they'd be a little bit easier to start with without having to worry about the lock geometry. But when it came down to it, all the designs were not really something that I really wanted to carry myself. And yeah, from there, I kind of looked at a frame lock maybe. But yeah, nothing really kind of satisfied the itch for a new design or anything that I really wanted to do. I've been carrying my kind of redback prototype for many, many years now, and I still go back to that. And I guess that's kind of what I've done for this design on the CNC. There was a few things which was preventing me from taking the handmade one that I did straight across. Some of the parts for the lock that I cut out with a jeweler saw have very tight, widths of cut. The kerf in there is very, very narrow, and I didn't want to attempt that on the CNC. Maybe if I had wire EDM or something like that, it'd be fine. But that was holding me back from even considering the redback. In the end, it was watching a video of the Spyderco's disassembly that Eric put out on the Lightweight Para 3 made me realize that I could do a separate lock bar for the compression lock. So I've modeled that up now, and here we go. 3D printed out a few actual prototypes so far, but it's going to be my redback model with the compression lock and a lock bar insert for the compression lock in there. So I'm going to be running these on the CNC, and my goal is for Sydney Knife Show to have some prototypes there, hopefully for sale. Fingers crossed, we'll see how things go on the CNC. But yeah, this weekend it's going to be not necessarily making parts for that, but doing some experiments to make sure that I've got the tool paths and the tooling in place to be able to run parts quickly once those are set up. So yeah, the first thing is doing just some tests with the holes, the pivot hole and the stop pin, things like that. Make sure that I've got the correct tolerance in place for those things. And yeah, what I'd like to do is just each weekend as I progress through the construction of these knives, maybe do a quick update video on the progress as we head towards the Sydney Knife Show in August. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this update, and you can keep an eye out for some of those future updates as things progress towards the Sydney Knife Show. As always, thanks for watching, and yeah, keep an eye out for the website when those pry bars become available. And yeah, otherwise, hopefully I can catch up with you at the Sydney Knife Show. Thanks.